right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. You're set. 19. 58. 20 points down. He's coming.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Watson now to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On first down, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch the safety creep. Check 99. Check 99. Check 4. Check 4.
They'll run it here with Hunt. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where...
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Check 31, jobs off. Go. 52.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benardrick McKinney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. The Raiders are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. 58, the month. Here we go, D. Check. Check out, bro. Alert. Check 24. Check 24. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. Crash. Joker. Joker. Joker, Joker. Alert. Under crunch. Under crunch.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt, and he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Bound to lose 1.
Watson off play action. Hopkins with a quick feet. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And boy, some nifty running, but he's still going to come up about a yard shy.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down, Texans.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Back. Switch.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Check, 47. All day, baby, all day. Bang, 55. Bang. Check, 54.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A give right side now to Hunt. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Flushed out right. And this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points, straight line.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. The open man is Shark. It's complete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my...
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 25. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Blue dark workers, blue dark workers. Zoom, fellas, let's go. And go.
Looking to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Box trot. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Come on, come on, D. No, check that, check that.
They're going to look to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Let's go, Bex. Pick 6 all day. Don't throw my shot.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go, baby.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something. Sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. First throw now for the backup Brady. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
This nigga got time to play.
Wait, 20! Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Save. Wait, 28!
Throwing on first down is Brady. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. Past the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half two.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
Regular. Kill.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Watson on target here to Fuller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check.
Here's Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watch the run. They're running it. Banjo. 44, Mike, 44. On deck, pump.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Strip that ball. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. On 2nd and 9, Brady. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
52's and Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Hey, tight. Alabama.
Shotgun now for Brady. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Brady again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Brady now to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Texans push further out in front.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. On play action, now Brady. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. They'll run with Fournette. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason. And he takes it in.
Oh, no.
Jacksonville.
What was
Josh
that?
Oliver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars get a score closer. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Fix that. 19. 58. The month. Time to go. Night. Check 3. Check. Alert. Under 24. Check. 24. Check 43.
On first down, Hunt. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Gostkowski the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd and 7, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big run by Kareem Hunt. 61 yards that time on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Shoot. 30 to the court. 58. Line of rope.
And Watson's going to throw it here.
Let's make these babies proud on the way back home.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
41 Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. 72.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught.
Oh, my God.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That